Hello everyone, welcome to General Orlando 327 Plays Final Fantasy XIII, episode 40. We are now on to post-story gameplay. No more story. All just missions and killing stuff from now on. And some grinding. Woohoo. First things first, let's go to the Crystarium. I mentioned at the end of last episode that all we have left are there's an accessory in one of the primary roles for each character. There's the final role level in their primary roles, and then there's 3 role levels and some random cleanup of abilities in their secondary roles. So the first thing we need to do is get everybody's accessory slot. This is why we built up so much CP, because it's going to take most of our CP to do just the initial cleanup stuff. So, accessory slot. The next thing we're going to do is get, for each character, the next crystal for each of their secondary roles is the 3rd role level. So that's a relatively small investment, compared to everything else anyway. And then we've got everything at least level 3. So that's what we're going to do real quick first. Yours is in Ravager. Excuse me, sorry. Accessory. Give me the accessory, thank you. For all of them, it's either in Commando or Ravager for the accessory slot. Lightning, Fang, and Snow are all in Commando. Saz, Hope, and Vanilla are all in Ravager. So that makes it a little easier too. Come on. There we go. And alright, so then it's just ability and role level cleanup. And we are actually going to start with Saz here. The only abilities he has left are both in Saboteur, and we want both of them. But the thing is, I tend to use Saz as my 3rd person in the party that basically does support roles. So my general thing is to leave Lightning and Fang as constant attackers and have Saz fill whatever 3rd role we need. So I actually need him to get the 4th role level for medic before I get the last 2 abilities in Saboteur for him. And then as soon as we do that, he's probably going to primarily take Fang's place as Saboteur as well. Alright, so everybody else, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Lightning's got Reprieve and Sentinel, Imperaga and Poisonga in Saboteur, and Vigilance and Haste in Synergist. Let's go get the Synergist ones first, because her having Haste might be useful to us. As you can see, we're not even going to get to the secondary role levels. Now, the secondary roles do cost more to develop than the primary roles do. So, if all you care about is the like stats, then do the primary roles first. But Vanille has Ruinga in Commando, and then Bravera and Faithra in Synergist, and we want her to have those. So, that's what we're going for. Fang, all of her remaining ones are in Ravager, which is good because that's the primary-secondary role. Primary-secondary role. The main secondary role I use her in is as a Ravager. She has Vigor, Fear Siphon, and the only Gust spell that she gets, Waterga. Hope has Death Ward and Sentinel, and Days Gun and Imperaga in Saboteur, so obviously we don't really want him in Sentinel all that much, so we may as well get the ones from Saboteur first. And finally, Snow only has 2 in Saboteur. He has Fogga and Panga, so why not? He's basically only going to be as a Sentinel anyway, but whatever. Alright, and now we're back to 0 CP for everybody. Blank slate, let's keep going. Next thing to solve is equipment. If you've been following things the way I've been doing them, you might have enough to upgrade everybody's weapons to the top of their 2nd tiers, which is our next major goal. I didn't mean to hit shop, I wanted to save now that I know all that Crystarium stuff, just in case something goes wrong when I'm upgrading. I need to use a new save file. Alright. And then, let's think. Should have everything I need already. We do need to get the beast components. Which come first? Remember, it's Sturdy Bones, Barbed Tails, and Vibrant Oozes that we need for the creature components. We also need to stock up on, so there are three materials that we're going to need to upgrade directly to the 2nd tier from what we already have, and they are Scarletite, Uraninite, and Perovskite. We need 1 Perovskite, which we already have, and 1 Scarletite, and 3 Scarletites? 2 Scarletites, which we already have. If you need the Scarletite, go back to the Tesseracts and farm those 2 groups of sacrifices, and you can get Scarletites. The Perovskites we got from... Oh, the Perovskites are a drop from the Banner Snatch Jabberwocky combo that hopefully you farmed a little bit in at the very end of the Tesseracts, because you can't go back and get them now. And then we need 1 Uraninite. No, we need 3 Uraninites, which we already have. So we have everything we need. We don't have to buy the most expensive component. Well, the most expensive per piece, I guess. The other thing we're going to need are ultra compact reactors, and those are also expensive. And we're going to need a bunch of them. In fact, we need 4, 7, 9, 11, 14 of them. Nope. I missed some. 3, 6, 9, and 8, 17. 17 is what we need. So, thankfully we have 1.5 million gil. Now remember that these trapezohedrons are what we're going to need to move things to the third tier of our weapons. Yeah. So, we're not even to the point where we can buy one of those. Thankfully, we're not going to be buying them. We're going to be farming them. So that's what we're going to be farming in a little bit. But obviously, we're going to have to build up our gil before that's useful anyway. So, although we'll be farming for gil at the same time that we farm for the traps. So, all right. But we need, what did I say? 17, 3, 6, 9, and 8 is 17. Yeah. So we need to buy 15 more of those, and then we'll have all of our ultra compact reactors that we need. We will have to come back and buy 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we won't. I was gonna say we're gonna have to buy more beast components, but we won't. We'll be fine because we're only doing one tier. All right, save one more time just in case something goes horribly wrong. All right. Upgrades. May as well sort this just in case we haven't for a while. All right, Lionheart first. And of course, since we're already maxed out of what we've got, it's going to tell us it's exactly which material we need. She's one of the Scarletites, so we'll do that. Then we're going to do 36 of these, as always. There we go. Yes, thank you. All right. And then this one needs 3. So 3. And boom. We've got Ultimate Weapon maxed out. Alright. Antares Deluxes. Uranite. To make the Formal Hot Elites. 36 of one of these. And again, it doesn't matter which beast component you use. I just like to use them all like fairly evenly so that in case I get more, I'm not wasting loot drops. At this point, it doesn't matter. They're the cheapest part of anything you're going to do from now on. So, all right, there's that. And then it gets how many? 2. It's one of the cheap ones. And then those are ranked out. Paladin, Scarletite, 36 of these, and Paladin gets 3 for a maxed out Winged Saint. Hawkeye, Perovskite. It's our one Perovskite that we need. $36 of those. And 4 ultra compact reactors. Alright, and a maxed out Eagle Talon. Belladonna Wand. Gets a Uranite. $36 of those. And we get 2 for this one. For maxed out Marlboro Wand. And finally the Taming Pole. Gets the last Uranite. 36 barbed tails. Oops. And it uses the last 3 ultra compact reactors. And then we have a maxed out Venus Gospel. Alright. So now we've got maxed out second tier weapons. Yay! Okay, next thing, we need to set up our party. As I mentioned, I used Lightning Fang and Saz pretty much exclusively for quite some time, other than for specific strategies. Fang is my leader. We don't need Sentinel at all except for specific battles at this point. Diversity. Take advantage of the fact that we have the Ravager role for Fang. And we're basically setting up the set A, set B, just like we used to have. Sin. The only difference is that now we have access to Try, Disaster, and Cerberus. But other than that, it's the exact same setup that we used to have, just with Saz filling Hope's slot. So yeah, that'd be it. Alright, and then we have a final equipment slot, so we can play with this a little bit. Everybody is going to get Aurora Scarf, Sprint Shoes, Blessed Talisman. Except that I think I have to take the other brand, Blessed Talisman, off of. Yep. Blessed Talisman right there. And Aurora Scarf. Sprint Shoes. And then instead of the Morale Talisman, Saz is going to get our Growth Egg. Because he's not going to be... He has, what, one paradigm that he's in Commando? 2? 1, because he's either in Synergist or Medic in the other 2. So the only one that he's in Commando is Cerberus, so he doesn't really need the Morale Plus, and if he ever gets to that point that he has to be in Commando, then the buff probably is worn off anyway. Besides, if you look at his stats at this point, even buffed out, I mean, even with the top of the second tier for his weapon, he still only has 1,110 strength and 1,022 magic versus 1,659-ish for lightning, and then Fang's magic stat is currently higher than either of Saz's stats. So the talismans that just do Brave and Faith don't really... I mean, they do have a significant impact because they're 1.5 times the stat for calculations, but doesn't really make a difference at this point. Alright, and then we're set to go. So, we need to go back to Tajin's Tower. We're going to use this to teleport. The fastest way to get back to the top of Tajin's Tower, which is where we need to go, is Village Proper in Erba. So that's where we're going to go first. I might make these episodes, in fact I think I probably will. If you've been following my Tales of Graces and Persona playthroughs, I have extended the videos to about 1.5 to 2 hours, and I'm probably going to do that here for this, only because we don't have any story left. I'm just going to do the rest of this in bigger chunks so that you can enjoy what you want to enjoy, partially because the missions are going to take longer than just going from point A to point B, and partially because I feel like making longer videos. These 1 hour things are very difficult for me to crank out and still get a lot of things done in. Remember when this was actually a challenge? Oh wait, this was never really a challenge. Even by the time we got here, it wasn't too bad. I mean, the vampires took some getting used to, but... Or we can just get a preemptive strike, that works too. We are still getting a disproportionately large amount of CP from them, though, because of the growth egg. We got 4,700 from that, where normally it would have been half that. 2,350. I mean, we could avoid these altogether, but, you know, the more we fight now, the less grinding I'm going to have to do off camera, which is going to be substantial anyway. I'm not sure if we'll get to the next grinding spot in this episode. I might do that. Can't remember exactly how many missions we do before we go to the grinding spot, but whatever.
Hardly worth the effort.
It almost turned around in time to prevent the preemptive strike. Not that it would have mattered. Still would have demolished it. Wait, what? Did they respawn already? Huh. Alright, back to Taichen's Tower. We don't need to watch this. Alright, so our next marker is right here, on top of Taichen's Tower. Alright, so in order to get this one to appear, we need to connect to the rest of the tower so that the main teleporter can go from top to bottom. Remember when we came through here the first time, I mentioned that there's one more floor of Taichen's Tower that we have not gotten access to yet. And it's because the stuff that's there is going to be beyond our capability to handle, or would have been beyond our capability to handle back then. I mean, we probably could have done it, but same reason we didn't do this mission when we were there. Alright, so on the opposite side, remember when we came up here the last time, we had to go to floor 6 and then took an elevator from floor 6 up here. Well, we're going to fix that problem now.
As
go.
if there was any doubt.
Probably should have gone the other way around the tower, but whatever. Which way do we want to do this one? Yeah, this is fine. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this statue over here will allow us to ride this elevator down to the 7th floor. Alright, we can take out these guys easy peasy. Alright, so there's that. Then we need to go ahead and use this last statue. And now we finally got the last piece in place. That we can go from top to bottom or bottom to top on the elevator. Specifically in this context, we need to go from top to bottom. On our way through here, we need to pick up this. The second collector catalog. Now remember, I mentioned when we got the first one, don't sell either of these because we need to, after this mission, we're going to be upgrading one of them into the Connoisseur catalog. The collector catalog allows us to get more regular drops. The Connoisseur catalog allows us to get more rare drops from monsters. So, alright. So final step to get the monster to appear for this mission is to go up to the top. we're going to switch this over to Relentless Assault. Oops, probably ought to set that as our... No, I did set it as my default. Okay, cool. And then all the way down to the ground tier. Pretty sure that's past more than 7 floors by now. And there's our mark. Let's throw out a Libra. And then, if you look, he's immune to all status ailments, so that's why we got rid of Smart Buff. So then we're going to use this for a couple of turns. Switch over to Try Disaster. This guy can actually still kill us with that. Yeah, that 11 bolt attack can be lethal if you're not being careful. Alright, we're going to go ahead and use Try Disaster to push the chain gauge up just a little bit more. And then we can go to Cerberus and take him down. See how much damage that did to Fang, because he sent it all my way. That's okay, we will still kill him before it matters. And there he goes. As you can see, you would not want to even try this when you first beat Tahaka and have access to the rest of this. Oh, hey, look, another Tetradic Crown. Yay! Yeah, he does actually drop both pieces of Tetradic gear. If you haven't done that yet, to make your sprint shoes, this is another one that's easy to farm to do it. Especially now that you got the elevator in place, all you have to do is ride up to the top, get the mission, ride back to the bottom. And he'll reappear. But if you have gotten your gear, then don't worry about it because it's not worth the time. Alright, now let's run over to the save point, which is right around the corner. And we're going to upgrade the collector catalog that we just got. All you need are 2 bomb cores to max it out, and then a single Minar stone, which we picked up somewhere along the way. And that turns it into the Connoisseur catalog. If you go to your equipment and take a look at it, Connoisseur catalog, there we go. So item collector increases the odds of obtaining rare items after battle, which means now we have Connoisseur catalog, we have the second collector catalog, which does the odds of normal items, and then survivalist catalog, which does the same thing for shrouds. So now we have all 3 of the looting materials, or equipment that we need, and we will use that once we get to the next grind point to make a little bit extra money while we're doing it. But for now, we're going to go back up to the top. We're going to go back to Erba. because that's where the closest teleport stone is. Oh, hi. Okay, I guess I'll kill you. Whatever.
As if there was any doubt.
Easy 10,000 CP. Which is still only like a sixth of a node. Alright, oh, I know what I was gonna do. Set this back to the way it should be. There we go. Skip that, because we don't need to watch us being moved from one place to another. Alright, and here we are, back in the outskirts of Erebor. Basically just taking the reverse strike that we already did to get back to the teleport stone so that we can go to our next mission stone.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Don't even care enough to run into you. Even though I could have gotten a preemptive strike. Probably have to fight that. Nope, never mind. Go right in between. Might get caught up into this one, depending on... Nope. Alright, cool. Made that easy. Alright, so we're going to go back to the northern high plain of the Arclight Steppe. And then we're going to take a very familiar route. Assuming it ever loads. Okay, make sure I go the right direction here. Back into Mahabara. And down this grinding path that we first used when we get into Grand Falls. I probably should just set up in Cerberus. Probably faster. And 6-1 if I can.
Didn't even break a sweat.
I wasn't going to do that battle, but since I had preemptive strike, nah. 5 of them's going to take me like less than 10 seconds. Apparently it took me less than 5 seconds. And then we keep going this way. So remember when we did all this, there was a Juggernaut at the end that we always reset, except for the time that we actually came back here and killed it. If you have not killed it yet, you will have to kill it before you are able to gain access to the mission stone, Seath Stone for this mission. Which, you know, at this point a Juggernaut is trivial. Remember when that battle was challenging? Yeah, not so much anymore. Even without a preemptive strike. Although at this point, the only reason, the reason that that's a lot less challenging than even than it could be now, although it really wouldn't be that challenging now, but the reason that we can go through these so much quicker is because of the sprint shoes. Haste alone is enough to basically make these things go down in a hurry. Alright, so we've already killed the Juggernaut here, so we don't need to do that. Again, if you haven't done that, he will be here. And then we just examine this Seath Stone. And we get to fight another Juggernaut as our mission mark. So, yeah. Alright, so that one is here in Mahabara. For those of you who are just watching this for my mission, guide part of things. So right inside Mahabara, the first left, it's all the way at the end. And then we're going to go right back out the way we came to get back to the teleport stone so that we can go to the Palisades and fight the Juggernaut. We're still getting like 10,000 CP from that fight. Mostly because of the growth egg, but... Well, exactly half because of the growth egg. Nowhere near worth farming now. Plus, we don't have access to the Juggernaut fight to reset the monsters in the area. Because remember, that's how we reset that run, was by fighting the Juggernaut and then hitting retry. It resets both the first batch of hoplites there before the tougher fight, and the one right back here in that little alcove coming back through. Why it respawns the ones between those two fights, I'm not real clear on, but it doesn't, or it does and doesn't respawn those two fights. It's weird, but whatever. So even if we wanted to grind here, it wouldn't be nearly as effective. Hello, Preemptive Strike.
Be ready for the next fight.
A 1 second battle. Fang didn't even actually get attacked, get a chance for me to put in inputs. Don't need to watch that. Alright, so now we need to go back to the Palisades. I'm going to do this in advance. It's a little early, but only because Saz does not have slow yet, I want to switch them out. It's not really going to matter. We can handle a Juggernaut with our eyes closed, but just be a little bit more efficient of it. Does make these fights a little bit slower though.
Be ready for the next fight.
here goes. Same old with the Juggernaut. Not even bothering with bar fire anymore. Because we don't need it. Once we get slow and curse on him, we're going to switch to try disaster. Yeah, that's all we can stick. Try disaster. Punch up the chain gauge. Once it gets up to about 800, we'll switch to Cerberus and kill it. Should be able to stagger before it finishes Steam Clean. Which means this battle's already over. And there we go.
Wisdom does complicate.
Alright, then we just backtrack the way we came. Ah, it was this close. Should have just evaded him.
Wisdom does complicate.
Fix this back. There we go. Alright, back to the Northern High Plain. This way. Want to see how fast we can kill these now? We don't even really need. Honestly, we don't even need to try disaster to be fair, since we have a preemptive strike, but whatever. How is that not staggered? Fine. Alright, well that was easy. We could go kill 2 Kaiju behemoths if we wanted to. Don't want to, but could. Since that was about the hardest thing we had to fight here. Alright, let's go ahead and get our loot here. It's here somewhere. Or not. Oh, is it in this one? Okay. Where be my loot? This one. He was one of these patches. What? There's another one? Oh. Right right? Alright, so now we're going to go back to the canyon that we fought. Yeah. We're going to go back to the... Ooh, this isn't where I wanted to be. Took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. That way. Alright. We're going to go back to the canyon that we fought the Nyoko in for our growth egg. The downside to taking that false turn is that it makes the whole place cloudy, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Where is... Up here. I think it's up top. Oh, nope, it's not. And again, anytime you see one of those little exclamation points while you're riding a chocobo, just get whatever's there. Unless you really don't want to move from what you're doing, but you can get things like that. Gold nugget that's worth 30k, which will make our jobs a little bit easier later. I mean, that's 3/5 of an ultra-compact reactor right there. I guessed that one wrong. Thought it was going to go the other way. Nope, not that one. Alright, that's the direction we need to go, but I want to get the... Alright. This way? Okay, it is that. No? Is it that side? No, we don't want the seed stone. Where am I? That's right. I think there are two competing here for big points. Because one was telling me to go that direction. Right, that's also worth money. Alright, now back to where we were. Is that the right one? Oh, never mind, that's not even the right one. I want the one past the Navadons. This one! Straight through here. And down to the area we haven't been to yet. Go away. Alright, another red shimmering wall thing. And then we have to go all the way back to Mahabara. Because of course we do. Alright, so we start out here at the end of the Highway Old Road to the very far north of the Arclight Steppe. And then we have to go all the way back to Mahabara. think the closest way to get back. The closest way to get back to Mahabara is probably to go straight south. Yeah, may as well just go straight south to the. In fact, we can actually just follow our mission marker because that will lead us back to Valles Media. Which is probably where the closest, on the way to that exit off of the Arclight Step is probably where the closest teleport stone is. It's about 6-1 in picking whether you go to the one on the northern high plain by the entrance to Mahabara or to the one at the entrance of the Arclight Step in the south. They're about the same. Distance-wise, and probably could have made it between those, but I didn't feel like trying. Hey, we can kill these things now. Actually, wait. No, that's an adamant tortoise. We don't want to fight one of those yet. Those are the bigger ones. Been a while since we've been here. Alright, so we're going to go back to... We actually want to take the entrance to Solia Springs. And then what we need to do is ride Atomos back to Mahabara. So now that we're back in Mahabara, and Atomos is here, we can jump across where we originally got on Atomos and went to Solia Springs. Now we are actually, this was the path that we were on back then. This is the one that we're on now. So now we have a new area of Mahabara to explore. And in this area is the mark that we're looking for, but also the best place, well, the most efficient place to farm both Gil and CP simultaneously at this stage of the game. So what we're going to do is, first off, we can sell off some stuff here. We don't need any of the tetratic gear that we have kicking around. We don't need either of those. We've already used all the ones we need. We don't really need any of those amulets either, but we'll hang on to them. Probably don't need half of those, but that's okay. Alright, well, I guess that's all we need for the moment. I don't think we need any of those platinum bangles either, but I'm going to hang on to them for the moment, just because I'm not positive. So what we want to get rid of here are... ashes and bomb cores, because we're going to be collecting a whole bunch of them by doing some grinding here. If you're not going to do grinding here, don't sell those. But if you are going to do some grinding, you can get rid of those, because you're going to get stacks of them. Nothing here is particularly challenging. We've seen these guys before. Baz is going to waste time buffing the wrong thing, apparently. We don't need that, but whatever. That's what we want, is end water. Obviously not that it matters all that much. So let's switch to the other variation on a theme. Do it this way. So basically, Saz just wasted 3 turns with things that we don't need. Alright, so first we want to take the right-hand path, because this is where the mark is going to be, is down here. Take the side path to get this Moogle puppet, which is for a sail thing. There's some more gil right there. That's what I probably should have set up in Cerberus, but whatever.
Just another battle.
Alright, so this path goes around both ways. It doesn't matter which direction you go. There's no treasures on either side. It does, however, have a new monster. Another vampire class Thief. Or I guess it's Gast was the original one, but whatever. Shambling Thief, anyway. But like most of them in this class, once you get them staggered, it's already over.
That's how it's done.
And there's no sense in using Libra, because if you do this, you're fighting a minimum of 8 of them anyway. Just to do this mission and get back. So, really doesn't matter. Oh, I love days. Days for days. Hi, another preemptive strike.
Easy.
And notice that we're actually like breaking or hitting the level, the damage cap fairly regularly now. We're going to be getting an item to fix that soon enough. Another nugget of perovskite. We will need those, just not right now. And hey, look! It's another one of these fun little things. I think this is probably the best way to do it for the moment. This is still the same one we've already fought. But there will be another one that's quite nasty. Probably the next version of this is one of the nastiest monsters in the game. And I think it's actually worse in 13 too. I can't remember if that's the worst or if it's just my imagination playing or something. But, you know, I just realized Saz isn't casting anything. It only has 3 status debuffs that it's weak to. Actually, I think it has 4. This says, oh yeah, Saz doesn't have slow yet. Let's see, how shall we do this? Let's do strike team. Smart bomb's probably plenty, but let's do this. I think, yeah, these are weak to everything, so I just need 1 end spell on me. And of course, it's going to waste time with protect first, because clearly we need that. And get end spells. And then we can put a working Cerberus. And there we go. Yeah, I probably still could have taken that out faster in Smart Bomb, but hey, 5-star rating, what can I complain about? Alright, so now, before we go any further, I do need to switch out the 2 rolls in Smart Bomb again, because I do want that. But we actually want to start in Cerberus. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I did that right. Okay. Hey, look, it's just 1 guy. Awesome! We only have to fight 1 thing. But about that, actually, there's more than 1 guy. And none of these are actual marks. These are just a nice little waste of time. You have to go all the way through the alphabet on them before the real one shows up. But hey, with Cerberus Squad, we can just take them down. You know, hurry. And then we just kind of have to watch for when the real one comes out, because the Numidias are infinite. There it is. There's the one we actually want. Alright, so we're going to target him, and then we're going to switch to Smart Bomb. And he's just going to keep summoning more of them. Not what I wanted. Not at all what I wanted. I wanted to target you. You are my target. This is the downside to having your primary character being your... Actually, this is the upside to having your primary character being your saboteur, because otherwise you can't tell it to manually target things. We do need to bustle Lipper out, though. Forgot about that. then what we want to do is use Try Disaster. Because the more of the Numidias you kill, the more powerful one of his attacks becomes. It's kind of a pain. So we actually don't want to switch back to Cerberus as much as it would be useful. At least not until like the very last second to try to get at least one Scourge on him. This attack is the one that's nasty, the more you kill. Attack for the Fallen. Yeah. Revenge for the Fallen is the one that's bad. Alright, then we just get back to Smart Bomb. When's the last time we fought a non-boss monster that that required 2 stacks? Actually, the answer to that is Bandersnatch, but you know, whatever. Technically, that was still a boss creature because we fought it as a boss first. All right, there we go. Besides our Uraninite and Mission Glory, we get 2 treasure spheres here from killing him. One of which is 4 perfect conductors, and the other one is the even more useful 2 particle accelerators. Alright, so then we go back to the split. All the way back. Speaking of which, let's switch. Nope, you're right. I do that, and boom. Actually, now we're good. I'm going to spend all of our CP when I get to the grinding spot so that you can see how quickly we can rack up CP. And then that'll be the end of the episode. We're going to go around this bend the way we didn't go because I feel like it. Should have taken a couple steps farther over. I'm sorry, did we interrupt your whale? My bad. Not that any of us were close enough to get hit by it anyway, but whatever.
Break a sweat. Worth the effort.
Yep, not that way. Alright, now down the path we haven't gone down. How did they see me? None of them were facing my direction.
To the victor go this morning. Taking the scenic route or what?
Alright, so now we get the first... we've fought the little ones, the rust puddings, before, but the big one is the larger version, obviously. Ferruginous pudding. Those of you who are chemistry majors, I am sorry, I probably butchered that. Alright, and again we have two directions to go. We need to go this way first. Just to clear it out. Get the prizes. Alright, and we are going to get a rainbow anklet and 3 perfect conductors here. And then back to go the other way. Alright, so this is the battle that we're going to be farming for quite some time. Pick up some gil and some CP. There are 5 cryohedrons here that you can see you take out in like a long battle is usually about 8 seconds. A very long battle, usually you can do it in about 3, like that. 3 to 5. We're going to come back there in just a second. I'm just going to clear out the rest of this path. I know I killed those in the wrong order, but did it really matter? Alright. Then we do this one.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Back under your rock.
Should see your daddy now.
Okay, so when we approach this door, we're gonna want to be in Smart Bomb. Alright, and we're gonna get a Tyrant fight here, which at this stage is not even anything to worry about, considering that we faced his bigger, badder cousin. In fact, we're actually gonna just completely ignore the blade that he puts out. We can kill him faster than it can kill any of us. When I say we, I mean everybody except Saz is going to completely ignore the blade that he puts out, because, you know, Saz is going to waste time debuffing it anyway, but whatever. Alright, and here we get the next mission marker, which we're not actually going to do this mission until next episode, so I'm not going to include it in the mission count here. As you can see, we're skipping a bunch of numbers to do mission 53. The reason that we're doing this one is because I was going to say the reward for this is something very useful, but I was wrong. This isn't the one that drops that. We'll fight another one later that drops the one that I'm thinking it is. So whatever, ignore that. But we will do this on the next episode. But before we do that, we're going to go back to the grind spot, and I'm going to show you how to very efficiently do some grinding. And then I'm going to stop the episode and I'm going to do that for a very long time. Okay, before we respawn this fight, let's duck in here because each of the doors that the cryohedrons come out of have spheres in them. Particle accelerators, and some more metal armbands that we don't need at all. So there's that. Alright, so to respawn this fight, all we have to do is come back down here. We will not normally have to fight this. The only reason we have to fight this again is because I went beyond the gates here. This does not respawn from just doing the farming. I need to repair that. Alright, so all we have to do is go just beyond this bulkhead here, and then that resets it. So then you can go back this way. Before we do that, I want to set everything up properly so that we get the most out of our farming. Let's use everything that we have built up in the Crystarium so I can show you how quickly you can rack up CP here. I want you as a Ravager. Now this is not the optimum CP farming spot. This is actually more of a guild grinding spot, but you get a lot of CP just by doing this. So, and it's an easier way to measure what you're getting in terms of how much CP you're acquiring, rather than in terms of guild. Medic first, just to level 4. And that's as far as we want to go. He's the only one that I'm going to split up like this, but we want him to get the other 2 abilities here first before we worry about the last roll level. But we want him to have at least rank 4 of the enhanced cure for medic, so doing that. Sab. Oh, no, one more. Oh, I did that wrong. What was I learning? Oh, that's right, you have Panga yet. Which I would have reached if I hadn't accidentally done that. Oh well, whatever. You need... Faithra is the one we're going for here. Alright. And then the last thing we need to do is set up our equipment just a little bit differently. We're going to get rid of all of our Blessed Talismans in exchange for the Collector Catalog and Connoisseur Catalog. And then you're going to switch your Blessed Talisman out for the other Morale Talisman because you're going to be purely in Cerberus. There we go. You could also toss on the other one, the other catalog. I can't remember the name of for the life of me because I never use it. Survivalist catalog. Get some shrouds to sell if you really wanted to. Meh. But the you're gonna pick some up anyway. Oh wait a minute. Actually, I did that backwards. We want the Connoisseur catalog instead of the Survivalist catalog instead of the Collector catalog, actually, because it's more valuable that way, and we're gonna get the regular drops fairly often anyway. So we're better off doing it that way to pick up some shrouds that we can sell. All right. So now watch how this works. The longest part of this chain is going to be watching the opening animations, ending animations, and having the menus show up. Then you just run back down here. See, this fight does not respawn as long as you don't go beyond the gates that you fight them here. And then we come back over here. And here they are again. I like how that battle duration just changed from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. And then it drops a bomb core, by the way. That's the rare drop, is bomb cores. That's why we sold those. The common drop is bomb ashes, which is why we sold those. And then we can just keep repeating this for a long period of time.
Hardly worth the effort.
There's some bomb ashes. The shrouds are going to be still rarer drops because of the fact that we're still getting 5-star ratings on everything, but they will drop. You'll make a few. But that's all you have to do to respawn this mind-numbingly simple fight, and rack up quick CP and sellable items.
Should see your daddy now.
There's all 3 of our drops: Bomb Core, Bomb Ashes, and Age Assault. All right. So in 4 battles, we got what? We got that 1 Age Assault. I don't think we got any more Age Assaults than that, but where are? Oh, there we go. I think we got 1 Age Assault out of that, which fine. Those are just a bonus. And then more importantly, we got. Let me sort this real quick. 5 Bomb Ashes and 6 Bomb Cores. Minus whatever we got the first time we came through here. Whatever. Call it 5 fights then. I don't care. So the Bomb Ashes are worth 90 gil apiece, which means a stack of them is just under 9,000. Bomb Cores, on the other hand, are worth 600 gil apiece, which means that the stack is just under, well, it's 5,400. No. 5,400? No, it starts at 600, so it's got to be, it's 9,000 and then 54,000 for the Bomb Cores. That's still wrong. 600, 60,000, 59,400. Yeah, me and my math major. Not working properly. I always joke that I was a math major and they taught me how to use calculators. Anyway, you can make serious cash real fast here. The other added advantage is that we've still been holding on to these Bomb Cores for the sake of upgrading. We will still use a few more of these, mostly for just kind of tweaking formulas a little bit at this point. We could probably actually get rid of the fragments, keep a few of the shells just to be safe. But basically what you're going to do is just run back and forth and watch your numbers so that you don't waste extra Bomb Cores. Over 99 is going to toss out, so just run back to the beginning of this tunnel and hit the save point there for selling purposes. And that's usually when I spend up my CP as well. So you can usually get about a full stack of Bomb Cores, 2/3 of a stack of Bomb Ashes, and enough CP to finish 1 roll to level 5 for each party member in about 30 to 45 minutes. So that's a pretty easy way to do it. So yeah, I'm just reading this real quick here. Yeah, I mean, so, you know, you can do this in like half an hour, 45 minutes. And then what I usually do is spend a couple hours here, just so that you get some gil built up that isn't really going to matter. You're going to have some better options for gil farming later. But for now, this gets us some extra stuff. And it's mindless, and you can do whatever in the background. Like in my case, I watch Netflix typically. Probably going to be watching a bunch of Full Metal Alchemist while I'm doing this. So yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode. I'll probably do enough to get all of my primary tiers to rank 5. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. We're gonna do a bit here. Yeah, I mean, you can do as much as you want, but I'll probably do enough to get at least one roll for everybody to level 5, and probably 2. So, yeah. So that's going to do it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Everybody have a great day.